Hey everyone, it's Mallory here with Cats.com, where we're all about cats. So if you're like me and you've tried a lot of cat food over the last few years and you've been keeping your eye on the cat food market, you've probably noticed that there's this incredibly specific combination of food type and business model that is just showing up more and more companies are doing it over the last few years. And it is fresh, homemade style, usually human grade cat food delivered to your door according to a custom subscription, right? So as you can imagine, there's a lot to think about here. So on top of the quality of the food itself, you also have to think about the whole subscription, the ordering experience, managing your subscription, how the food arrives, how it's packaged. There's a lot to consider. So over the last several years, I've purchased and tested food from pretty much every brand out there that's doing this. And I have taken notes on how each of these products perform, and I'm bringing that information to you today. If you want to skip to any particular product, you can use the video navigation, and there'll be links in the description to all of the services that I'm mentioning here. As a side note, if you want to download all of Cats.com's feline nutrition information in a single guide, you can check out the description as well. I'll put a link to sign up to receive our complete feline nutrition guide. So that'll give you more information to help you make a decision for your cat after you're done with the video. But with that said, let's go on into my top 5 recommendations. So the first service I want to talk about is Smalls. So they offer a larger variety than most of these services. So you're able to choose from beef, turkey, chicken, or fish as your primary proteins. You can choose from various textures in each of those recipes. And then you're also able to buy freeze-dried raw food as well as that fresh food. So you have a lot of options, and a lot of other similar services don't. And my cats really like them. So they like these kind of fresh foods in general, but Smalls is definitely one of their favorites. The ground bird recipe, as you can see, is primarily made from chicken, muscle meat, and liver. I don't love a few of the ingredients. I'm not exactly sure why it has to include peas, for instance, and I'm not sure why it includes canola oil rather than animal-derived fat. But overall, the macronutrient distribution looks good, and again, the cats really like the food, so it's a reasonably species-appropriate option and certainly made from high-quality ingredients. Now, the place where these subscription services tend to vary a lot, and you can get into some kind of frustrating situations, is with the subscription itself. So setting up your Smalls subscription starts with this little questionnaire, so you're going to answer questions about your cat, and then it's going to serve you a meal plan. You can customize your meal plan and start your first trial order. Now, remember that your trial order is the beginning of a subscription, so you're going to have to cancel in time if you decide to before the next box is locked in and sent out. One little gripe is that they don't have phone support, and this is something that I always look for from cat food brands, but they do seem to be quite responsive to text messages and emails, so you should be able to get help that way. It's about moderately priced compared to other services like this. Your price will vary depending on how many cats you have, how much food you need, but it's averaging out to about $4 per day for a 10-pound cat if you're on the fresh food subscription. Remember that you get 20% off your first box, so that's a nice way to get a sample of what they have to offer at a lower price, and then new customers are getting free treats for life when they sign up. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a lower barrier to entry, so you can give it a shot, see what your cats think, and then continue the subscription. Now, my next recommendation is kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to variety, and it is the cat food from Just Food for Dogs. Now, they only offer a chicken and fish recipe, so not appropriate for cats who need a limited ingredient diet. But what I do like about this product is that it comes from a pretty reputable company. Just Food for Dogs is known for working with a strong team of veterinary nutritionists and having really good formulations, and they have a good reputation for safety and consistency. So again, their cat recipe is made from human grade ingredients. It features a combination of cod, salmon, and sardines, as well as some chicken, and the macronutrient distribution is nice, high protein, low to moderate levels of fat, and low carbohydrates. Just Food for Dogs isn't really strictly a subscription service. You can buy one package on a one-off, but the price is going to be a lot higher. And then opting into a subscription is going to knock off 40% off of your first order and 5% of all those recurring orders, so it does save you some money. As a side note, if you live in certain parts of the United States, you can purchase it in some stores. They sell it at Pet Food Express, certain Just Food for Dogs retail locations, and certain Petco stores. So you can check their map to see if there are any local locations available to you. I haven't had a ton of time with the subscription, but overall the ordering process was really easy. It's the most simple kind of basic e-commerce shopping experience out of all of these. And my delivery arrived nice and frozen and everything was perfect. So the price is kind of on par with the other ones listed here. So if you're purchasing a single 18-ounce bag, it's going to cost 79 cents per ounce, but the recurring subscription discount is going to bring that down to 75 cents per ounce, or about $4.50 a day. My next recommendation is Raised Right. So Raised Right offers a nice variety of 4 different human-grade recipes. It's formulated by celebrity vet Dr. Karen Becker. So the foods themselves are primarily made from meat ingredients, as you can see. In my experience of all the foods listed here, this seems to have the lowest palatability score. My cats didn't really like it that much, but I have heard positive things about this food from others, so it might be worth a shot. As for how the subscription works, I personally find their website a little bit confusing, but really it's pretty straightforward. So you're going to click through, build a box of your choosing, and then choose which distribution of recipes and bags of food you want in that box. So you can choose from these 4 different recipes and build the subscription of your choosing, and then you have a lot of options for how frequently you're going to receive your shipments. Plans are extremely adjustable, so you can receive anything between a box every single week and a box every 28 weeks. So a lot of adjustability. Again, pricing is going to vary depending on how much you're ordering at a time and how many cats you have, how much they need to eat, but it seems to average out to about $4.12 per day. So again, moderately priced. So my next recommendation is a newer discovery from a Colorado-based brand called Milk Pet Foods. So they have only one cat recipe. It's chicken-based. So again, it's not going to be for everyone. So the food is human grade and prepared only with whole food ingredients. So you're not getting any synthetic additives, but they do say that they're formulated to meet AAFCO nutrient profiles, and we're able to provide a full nutrient analysis on their food. The sign-up flow is kind of similar to the one from Smalls, so you're answering questions about your cat. They do ask a question about your cat's health status, and they said that this doesn't inform the way the food is made, but they give you some input based on that. I've been using Milk for a few months, and the deliveries have been really consistent. Everything has worked really smoothly, and nutritionally the food seems to be quite good. So we're seeing a nice distribution of chicken ingredients and a lot of low carbohydrate plant ingredients as well. And besides that, they're using animal-derived fats. The plans start at $15 a week, and my subscription adds up to about $4.73 per day. So it's one of the more expensive options compared to some of these other delivery services, but still kind of in that same general $4 to $5 range. And then my last recommendation is for My Perfect Pet. What I really liked about this company and the food they offer is that they offer a variety with lower phosphorus levels, lower than the AAFCO requirements. This means that it's going to be a little bit better for my cat Forrest, who requires lower phosphorus due to kidney issues. You can watch the full video on that linked in the cards. They also offer a regular beef and turkey recipe, and I'll give you a little bit more detail on the turkey recipe in a second. But the ordering process is pretty straightforward. It's just a regular kind of e-commerce site. You don't need to go through any kind of survey or questionnaire. You're just ordering the amount of food you want and then choosing the cadence of your deliveries. I do wish the way they described their boxes was a little more clear. So they'll describe a box that contains 6 packets, each with 10 food bars, as a 6-pack, which is actually a 60-pack, but broken into these 6 packets of 10. So I feel like that could be a little bit clearer, but other than that, the whole process is really straightforward. My experience ordering from and receiving a delivery from them went really well. However, there aren't a lot of other customer reviews, so I'm not really able to speak for other people's experience. Now, looking more closely at the food, again, I ordered their low phosphorus recipe, but to appeal to more people, I wanted to talk about their turkey recipe. So as you can see, the food is primarily made from turkey, thigh, and breast. They're not including a lot of organs, which is a little bit disappointing, and instead they're offering a variety of plant ingredients here. But it looks like those ingredients are pretty minimal given the carbohydrate content. They do have fish oil instead of any kind of plant-derived fat. When it comes to price, it's a little bit tricky. So you have to order at least 60 food bars. So you have to order at least 61 day servings for a typical cat. So that means 60 days for a 10-pound cat. So that means that your order is going to be at least $197.94 plus shipping. So my order added up to $223. Now, when you break it down for a 10-pound cat, that adds up to about $3.71 per day. So the cheapest on this list. And many cats are going to weigh less than 10 pounds, need less food, so it could be even cheaper. So over the long term, it ends up being the cheapest option on this list, but you do need to take the plunge and make a larger order. And unfortunately, they're not able to send out samples. Now, there are a few locations where you can buy these foods in person. It seems like most of them are in Texas, but you can check the map and see if there's any local retailer around you that sells it. Maybe that would help you to make a decision before you take the plunge. And that's it. Those are my top recommendations if you're interested in a fresh cat food meal delivery service. You'll find links again to all of them in the description below. But are these really worth it? Are they the best choice for everyone? Well, certainly not. There are plenty of other options out there. You're going to get similar ingredient quality from brands like Open Farm and maybe even Tiki Cat and Weruva. And you're going to get similar nutritional value from those as well, along with freeze-dried raw foods from Stella and Chewy, Open Farm, Vital Essentials. All of these are really good options, and they're often significantly cheaper than what you're getting from these subscription services. So let me know in the comments what you think. If you've used one of these, what is your favorite thing about subscription services for fresh cat food, and what is your least favorite thing? I would love to hear about it in the comments. Let me know if I missed anything. And yeah, I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.